just some more similar rocks or artifacts that we have here. And this one here is really fascinating to me, how well it's crafted. You can see how it has been polished, formed and then polished. Something that's really common in these is this, the notch here. You see the notch there. This one's real similar to this one, and you see how it's notched in there. You start to recognize these notches. See, they're similar in the way they notch them out. And I don't know exactly how. This is really hard green rock. It's called, the hard green rock, and it's got, if you can see in there, it looks like they've had a sharp tool, and they may have even scored it along the edge, and then knocked it out. The reason I say that is just because there seems to be always a little bit of a, you can kind of on some of them see, not on this one, on this one here, you can see a little appearance of a notch or something of a tool, like in here. But anyway, that's the, and they also have a bird head shape. But you can see again, here's the notch. It varies depending on what they wanted to do. Here's one that is a little more crude, and you can see what I'm talking about, the scored edges. If I turn a little bit, you can see all along there how there's just, looks like they've used some kind of a sharp tool and gone along and scored it with it, and then would knock it out. Again, to form the beak like of a bird, and then use this for a tool for whatever they needed it for. Here, this really, again, notched. A little bit different, but they've notched it, this one slightly, and then polished it, and but the distinct beak like of a bird, you can see there. And this one here, not quite notched out the same. They just went along here. That could have been pecked and ground, and you can see it's been shaped. And then you can see that this has had use. You can see where they've used it on the edge there, for some hard use on that one. And they may have hafted this one. And same thing here. The notch, this has been a little bit, looks like water worn, maybe a little bit, but again, seem to have the shape of a bird head. This looks like it would have been, this could have been a handheld. A lot of times they use these things here for the beak for pecking stones, and so it fits in the hand real comfortable to where they can just use it. It's kind of rough on the end there, and they just use it to beat up a hard, some of this harder stone. Not so brittle. The stone's not so brittle. Ground stone, I guess they call them. And then we come up here, and we got similar notching. I mean, it's comes into the beak, but not such an angle on it as those others, but they have similar looks. And this one here, you can see, has been ground down to sort of a dull edge and probably hafted. This one here is just a unique shape. You can see the notch marks in there, on the top. That is quite a unique shape again, kind of like a bird head. And they'd most likely use this as the blunt end of a tool to, most likely this would have been hafted. And right in here, they used both ends. You can feel the roughness. It looks like, you know, they used it to, most likely as a hammerstone, both ends. Anyway, just a little bit about them, and hope you enjoy it. Thanks.